Well, Duane Dowell, the boss of the Newcastle Jockey Club, is with me. It is hard to believe, Duane, that another Newcastle Cup Carnival is almost on our doorstep.
It comes around pretty quick, doesn't it, Gav? And look at this weather we've got now. A couple of weeks ago it was pretty cold, but last week we had temperatures up in the high 20s, and you'll see that course proper today. It's really jumped in the last week. After today, we get a 2.5 week break in the Newcastle Cups. The track will be cherry ripe for that day.
Yeah, you're right. The last couple of meetings, including today, you've had the rail out to protect that inside section of track.
Yeah, that's right. So we've had 6 race meetings since late July, so it's copped its fair share of punishment, but it's responded really well. As I said, in the last couple of weeks, it's rebounded really well. The growth and the recovery's on track, and Chris is very happy with where it's at.
Tell us about the 2-day carnival.
So yeah, it's again, it'll be the sales have been incredible, especially Cup Day. So last year, Ladies' Day was slightly more popular than Cup Day, but this year I'm seeing that corporate dollar is still pretty buoyant. So Cup Day's been really good. We've got the new sponsors. So through our Hunter Club, obviously the Tibby Stakes was awarded to Reward Hospitality, and Australian Bloodstock, who were previous sponsors of the Cameron Handicap, had a 1 in 20 chance of getting that back, and they did at the gala dinner. So it's the Australian Bloodstock Cameron Handicap, and it's got some extra significance this year, Gav, because it's that big dance qualifier. So I'm expecting a little bit more interest in it. I've already spoken to a few trainers, and they've certainly got some horses aimed towards that race.
And both those races, particularly the Cameron and the Newcastle Cup, are just steeped in history going back decades.
Yeah, that's right. I was looking at the past winners of the Newcastle Cup only this morning on my computer, and it goes back 100 plus years, and there's been some amazing horses come through that have then gone on and featured prominently in Melbourne Cups, Metrops, even Durston, recent winners that performed really well. So it's certainly a springboard into the rest of the spring.
Now, and of course, once that's done and dusted, it's all the focus on the Hunter.
Yeah, so after Newcastle Cup, we pretty much are racing every second Saturday. So we've got Jungle Juice in the middle of October, we've got Maitland Cup in early November, and then on the 16th of November, the Hunter, and already making plans. Ticket sales are already going gangbusters with that as well. There's not many spots left in some of our hospitality venues, so there will really be that drive for GA. And of course, we've got the Screaming Jets after the last, which has created some real interest, and really looking forward to those guys. 2 iconic names, really, Newcastle Racecourse and the Screaming Jets. You
are aware, Duane, that the Screaming Jets are one of Gary Harley's favourite all-time bands, so he's going to get a real kick out of that.
He did say that, so he's got a goal to try and get hit for the Hunter Day, and I expect him to be right in the front of the mosh pit for that day.
Mate, there's been plenty happening Winter Charity Race Day. Just give us a recap of all of that.
Yeah, so winter, which is notoriously quiet at most race clubs, but we've set aside those days for charity race days. So Mark Hughes Foundation, the Cancer Council, Hunter Breast Cancer Foundation, we've raised more than $300,000 during that winter period through charity race days, and to be able to facilitate those sort of funds in the community is something we're very proud of. So yeah, it's a good springboard again into spring, and can't wait to do those rounds again next year.
Duane, plenty of people have been asking about where things are at with the Beaumont track.
Yeah, so if you have a look in some of the races today, you'll see the inside Beaumont track. It's probably not quite looking as green as the course proper, but Chris has gone through and he's changed that 100mm profile in the top of the Beaumont track. There was some concerns from jockeys about its inconsistency over the last few months, so we've decided to add 900 tonnes of sand into that top profile. We've power harrowed that through, and it's now starting to recover, and the hope is that we'll be ready to take on some of those provincial meetings in December, so the course proper can then get our innovation.
It's unfathomable, isn't it, when you put it like that? 900 tonnes.
Yeah, there was a lot of sand out in the car park in the lead up to it, but look, it's responded really well already. We had 3 days where we had 3 or 4 mil straight after we did those works, so we've been blessed with the weather and then sun like this. I'm expecting it to really bounce back pretty quick.
I know that, as you say, ticket sales for the Cup and the Hunter are going ballistic, but there are spots available. If people are interested, do get here and contact the club.
Yeah, absolutely. So go to newcastleracecourse.com.au. All the information and all the tickets are on there, so be sure to visit that website and get your tickets. It'll be a great spring carnival.
All the best with it.
Good on you. Thanks, Gav.